After spending a long stretch away from the spotlight, Edwin De Los Santos is finally stepping back into the ring, and he's not easing into it. He's jumping straight into the fire, set to face off against the undefeated WBO World Lightweight champion Keyshawn the Businessman Davis on Saturday night, June 7th. The fight is scheduled to take place in Norfolk, Virginia, Davis's own backyard, and it's not just another title defense for the champion. For De Los Santos, this isn't just about getting back into it. It's a golden opportunity to shake up the lightweight division and rewrite his story. After a frustrating layoff, the 25-year-old southpaw from the Dominican Republic is gearing up to spoil the hometown hero's party, and he's not coming to play it safe. Keyshawn Davis, on the other hand, has already carved out a comfortable spot in his city sports scene. This will be the second time he headlines a major event in Norfolk, and he's got the crowd, the momentum, and the belt on his side. But what makes this fight particularly intriguing is the sharp contrast between the two men. Davis, known for his poise, quick reflexes, and sharp combinations, presents a technical puzzle that many fighters struggle to solve. De Los Santos, however, brings an edge, an unpredictable, explosive energy that's both dangerous and thrilling. This is the second time De Los Santos will be vying for a world title, and after tasting disappointment before, he's made it clear that he's not coming for a decision. He's coming for destruction. It was back in September 2022 when De Los Santos really broke onto the scene and made people take notice. On short notice, he agreed to fight the then unbeaten Jose Rayo Valenzuela, a rising prospect with a growing fan base. Most people expected De Los Santos to show up and fold, but instead, he threw caution out the window first bell. He skipped the usual feeling out period and went straight into attack mode, pushing Valenzuela back and landing heavy power shots. The intensity ramped up in the second round, but a counter left hook from Valenzuela dropped De Los Santos to the canvas. That could have been the turning point, the moment he unraveled, but it wasn't. Instead, he got up, shook it off, and responded with a violent flurry that dropped Valenzuela. Things got even more chaotic when De Los Santos lost a point for striking Valenzuela while he was down, but that didn't slow him either. He came out in the third round with that same mean streak, and it paid off. He dropped Valenzuela again with a crushing left hook early in the round, and this time, the damage stuck. Valenzuela beat the count, but he didn't recover. Moments later, De Los Santos unleashed another barrage that forced the referee to wave it off. In just 3 rounds, De Los Santos had turned what was supposed to be a last-minute sacrifice into a breakout. The boxing world suddenly had no choice but to take him seriously, but just when it seemed like he was about to ride that momentum to the top, 2023 brought a harsh dose of reality. De Los Santos squared off against Shakur Stevenson for the vacant BC lightweight title, and the fight was forgettable, to say the least. Stevenson, known for his defensive brilliance, refused to engage. He stayed on his bike, avoided exchanges, and cruised to a decision win without taking many risks. For De Los Santos, it wasn't just a loss. It was a frustrating experience that didn't allow him to show what he's capable. The crowd felt it too. The fight lacked the fire fans were hoping, and it left De Los Santos with something to prove. Now, after months of waiting, he's getting that chance. Sitting at 16 wins, 2 losses, and an impressive 14 knockouts, De Los Santos knows the clock is ticking. He's 25 years old, young but not green. He's been through enough wars to understand the stakes, and this second crack at a world title feels different. There's urgency in his words. There's no interest in leaving things to the judges, especially not in Davis's hometown. History is also on his mind. The Dominican Republic has produced only one lightweight world champion, Carlos Cruz, who won the belt back in June 1968 after a split decision over Carlos Ortiz. If De Los Santos can pull this off, he won't just be a champion. He'll be a part of boxing history. And De Los Santos isn't hiding his confidence either. Appearing on the Broadway Joel podcast, he made it clear that he doesn't think much of what he's seen from Davis. So I've seen a couple of videos and they've touched him, little punches, and he doesn't like it, De Los Santos said. I mean, the reaction I've seen is like weird, like soft. He's not just talking to fill time, he genuinely believes he can break Davis down. His style, pressure, power, volume, is tailor-made to test someone who's used to dictating the pace. He believes if he can get his hands on Davis, he can do real. There's also a mental game play here. De Los Santos hasn't forgotten how Stevenson avoided a firefight, and he's openly daring Davis not to do the same. He's painted a picture. If Davis tries to run, he'll chase. But if Davis decides to stand and trade, he promises there will be consequences. He put it bluntly during his interview. If he stops, there he dies. It's the kind of line that isn't just for show. It speaks to the challenger's mindset. He's not coming to outbox Davis. He's coming to test his will, to take him somewhere somewhere uncomfortable and to finish what he starts. For Davis, this fight is more than just another defense. It's a test of whether he can handle a different kind of pressure, not just the pressure of the moment or the expectations of fighting at home, but the physical pressure of a hungry opponent who's been waiting for this shot. Davis has all the tools, speed, accuracy, footwork, and a strong amateur pedigree. But De Los Santos doesn't care about any of that. He's banking on grit and power, the kind of power that makes even the most technical fighters question themselves. As fight night approaches, the tension is building. Fans are starting to divide into camps. Some believe Davis is too sharp, too polished, and too slick to fall into the kind of war De Los Santos wants. Others think Davis hasn't been tested the way De Los Santos plans to test him. They see an opening, a chance for an upset, and they're buying into the idea that lightning might strike again, just like it did against Valenzuela. There's no question this fight has real stakes. A win for Davis keeps him on the fast track towards superstardom. He's young, marketable, and undefeated, the kind of fighter promoters love. A dominant win would put him in the conversation with the division's elite, setting up massive future bouts. But a loss, especially at home, would be a major setback. It would open the door for critics and raise real questions about his ability to handle pressure and adversity. For De Los Santos, the math is simple. This is it. There might not be another chance like this. He's coming in as the underdog. He's carrying the kind of quiet confidence that makes him dangerous. He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and he's made it clear he's not flying to Norfolk to play defense. He's flying in to start a fire. Whether or not he can pull it off remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure. Come June 7th, all eyes will be on that ring, waiting to see if the challenger can crash the party and claim his place in boxing history. In the weeks leading up to fight night, the energy surrounding this matchup has only intensified. Training footage from both camps has surfaced online, and fans are watching every clip like hawks. De Los Santos can be seen grinding away with laser focus, hitting the pads with explosive combinations, drilling relentless pressure tactics, and sharpening that signature left hand. There's a different kind of hunger in his demeanor this time. It's not just about being in shape, it's about being dialed in. Every jab, every hook, every step in sparring has the feel of someone preparing for the biggest night of their life. Meanwhile, Davis has been his usual composed self, calm, methodical, never giving away too much. That contrast in body language alone has stirred debate. Is Davis just staying cool under pressure, or is he overlooking the storm that's come? There's also an emotional undertone to this fight that's hard to ignore. For Davis, defending his title in front of friends and family in Norfolk is both a privilege and a burden. The cheers will be loud, the support overwhelming, but so will the expectation. A hometown crowd can lift a fighter, but it can also suffocate them if things start going sideways. And if De Los Santos lands something big early, that pressure could shift into panic. He's already shown he can flip the script with one punch, and Davis knows he can't afford to get careless. On the other side, De Los Santos is fueled by more than just ambition. He's fighting for national pride, for his family, and for redemption after a year that left a bad taste in his mouth. That emotional edge might just be what carries him through the fire if the rounds get tough. Beyond the immediate implication, this fight has ripple effects for the lightweight division, with big names like Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Vasily Lomachenko all orbiting around the top. The winner of this clash positions themselves for a massive unification bout down the line. For De Los Santos, an upset win would catapult him into that elite conversation. For Keyshawn Davis, it's a chance to solidify his standing and silence critics who question whether he's ready for the deepest waters. That's why neither fighter is likely to play it safe for long. They both understand what's at stake: legacy, opportunity, and the kind of respect that doesn't come easy in this sport.